and watch, come and see. Learning's fun on Cradle Kids. Come and watch, come and see. Learning's fun on Cradle Kids TV. Cradle Kids TV.
Hello, and this is Cradle Kids TV, where learning is fun. And today we'll be reading Dinosaur Adventures, Stegosaurus, written by Catherine Veach and illustrated by Barbara Bankos. There was once a Stegosaurus called Sonny, who lived with his family near a swamp. The family used to live deep in the forest, but a mean Tyrannosaurus chased them into the cave. Sonny tried not to make a fuss about moving to a new cave, but he missed his old home. Sonny was often so lost in his own thoughts, he didn't look where he was going. "Be careful!" shouted an angry Confucius as Sonny almost flattened him. Sonny didn't listen properly either. "Mind the puddle behind you," his sister cried as Sonny toppled over. "Uh-oh!" Splash! And Sonny would forget what he was told so often. His family thought his ears were stuffed with moss. "Remember, don't eat said Sonny's dad. "Ew! Oh," spluttered Sonny. "I forgot that moss tasted bitter." One night, Dad said, "What is it that keeps your mind so busy?" It took a while for Sonny to find the right words. "I think about lots of things," Sonny replied. "Mostly I think about our old home. I think about being chased away from our cave. And I think about my old friends," he said. "It makes me sad." Sonny's dad thought about what his son had told him. The next morning, Dad said, "If you promise to be careful, why don't you visit your old friends?" So Sonny carefully headed back home towards his old home. He soon found his friend Ali and Archaeopteryx. They spent a lovely morning playing together, but soon it was time to go home. As Sonny left, his tail spikes caught a few of Ali's colourful feathers. They stuck to Sonny's tail, but the friends didn't notice as they said goodbye. Sonny was tired but happy when he got back to the cave. "You can go out again tomorrow as long as you're careful," said Dad, picking the feathers off Sonny's tail. The next day, Sonny ambled back through the forest and found his friend Alina and Apatosaurus. Alina was just about to eat, so they shared some juicy fern leaves together. As Sonny turned to go, he brushed past some more ferns and a few stuck to his back plates, but the friends didn't notice as they said goodbye. Each time Sonny went out for the day, he came back to the cave a little happier. "This cave almost feels like home now," said Sonny as he wandered in to settle down for the night. The next day, Sonny walked down to the seesaw to visit his friend Jag, a juvenator. At the beach, they dug some huge holes and found some shiny shells. As Sonny turned to go, his tail swished the shells. Some flew into the air and landed between Sonny's black plates. But the friends didn't notice as they said goodbye. But when Sonny got back to the cave, his dad wouldn't let him in. "It's a surprise," said Dad, picking shells off his son. "Give me a few minutes." Bang, scrape, crash came from inside the cave. What was Dad up to? Sonny tried to imagine what his dad might be making. A dinosaur time machine? A giant forest funfair? Moments later, Sonny and his sister stood in the middle of the cave with their mouths wide open. Dad had used all the feathers, ferns, and shells to decorate the cave. "Every time you visited one of your friends, you came back with something stuck to you," laughed Dad. "Our cave looks amazing," smiled Sonny. "I won't feel so sad now. There's something from all my old friends in my new home." And that was it for this book. I hope you like it. But now it's time for you to go to bed.
Good night.
Cradle Kids TV.